Hey, how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Aaron Gray, and today we will be talking about the American band Talking Heads, and more specifically, we'll be discussing their album Remain in Light. Now, before we get into the album, let's first talk about the band a little bit so we know who they are. The band consists of David Bryan, Chris Frank, Tina Weymouth, and Jerry Harrison. And they have all of these guys do vocals. David Bryan, he's good on the guitar. Then your bass is Tiny Weymouth. Your drummer is Chris Frank, and Jerry Harrison is the guy on the keyboards, and he also plays guitar. So it's a lot of talent in this band alone, as you can see. Now the band, as far as genre goes, they're into more worldly type music, and they have a different sound is actually hard to specify. Some people say they have a little bit of a funk sound, but I don't like to classify it. They're just very different, and it sounds amazing. So if you haven't listened to Talking Head, definitely want to get into Talking Head and listen to some of the things they're talking about. Now let's get into the album Remaining Light. Remaining Light was their fourth album that they came out with. It was released in October 8th of 1980, and I must say it was a great album. It done well. It was certified gold in the U.S. and Canada, which is great. Now for this album, they decided to experiment a little bit. They decided to experiment with African polyrhythms and a lot of the things that they recorded and a lot of the instrumental tracks that they used were samples and loops, which is different in itself because a lot of people like to do a lot of things from scratch, but they decide to draw from that, and some of their inspiration actually came from African literature, which is different in itself. I mean, most guys, when they think of literature or they think of inspiration for music, most people don't draw it from literature. They draw it from other music, the same way people who are in the literature draw their inspiration from other literature. So for these people to go out of their art form and go into another form of art to bring it into their own art is genius into itself. um so definitely did a great job. The album was remastered in 2006, which is, just 26 years later. They decided to bring this album back out for the newer generation who didn't get to listen to it, and just so people can actually get a taste of who these guys really are. Um, so last but not least, I want to close with a couple things. Now for me, this influenced me a lot just so I can step outside of the box a little bit, because as I could hear, they were trying different things and they actually were inspired by different things, such as literature, for example, which just shows you that you don't have to stay in one realm or one genre or one way of thinking. Um, Definitely need to be studied a whole lot closer. The impact that this made on me was just a mind changer. It was something that got me into thinking, and it was something that got me into being able to draw from different things, and it's just impacted me in such a major way that, I mean, forever I'm changed. So if you haven't listened to Talking Head, please listen to Talking Head. Once again, my name is Aaron Gray. Thank you for your time.